This episode of Genesis Archer is brought to you by J.B. Clark Oil Company, Plantation Properties and Land Investments, full-service brokerage, recreational, and hunting properties, Antler Extreme Supplemental Deer Feed, Realtree Outdoors, and Bipolar Broadheads. Alright guys, so what I have here in my hands is a Bridger number 2. It's a fairly big trap. I'm going after coyotes, that's what I'm targeting, but if there's fox, bobcat, whatever, I'm going to catch them in this trap. I had this trap set to 1.5 pounds of pressure. I got a Sullivan's pan tension checker, and I make sure all my traps are 1.5 pounds of pressure, and I'll show you how to get to that point and how to start out. So I'm going to bring the trap up here and show you. So with this trap here, this is a dogless Bridger trap, so we don't have a dog on the end that flips over your back jaw. So what I did is I took the pan tension, and I get my pan tension where I flip it up, it's going to stay up. I don't want it flimsy, okay? So I took the back, right here at the back of this pan is where your trap sets, and it's got a night latch on it, and it clicks into place. I have filed that piece down to get it to where I want it, so when the animal steps on it, when he puts that 1.5 pounds of pressure on it and puts his paw on my pan, then trap's gonna fire, and that's what you want. So that's just a little modification that you want to do, because when the trap comes to you,
show us that latch, Josh.
Okay, so the latch is right here on the back side of the pan. You can see it's got a ridge on it, and that's what sets on the back side of this jaw.
Right.
Okay, so that's what sets the trap. And when you file this, it's going to be a lot longer. So when you file that down, you're ultimately taking that pan and making it travel shorter distance. So when the animal steps on it, it goes off quicker. When you get the traps in the mail, they're going to fire at about 4 pounds of pressure, and there's too much pan travel to my liking. Now you might catch a coyote with a 4 pound tension on the pan, but I like to go after all animals, as far as fox and bobcat, coyote, all that stuff I want to catch when they come to this trap. So anyway, that's just a small modification. I'll kind of set the trap and show you how that works. All right, guys. So what I've done here is I've taken my socket set, I've taken my wrench, and these on this pan on the back side has a bolt and a nut here. And what you want to do is adjust your pan tension. And I don't like my pan to be too stiff. I don't like it to be too loose. I kind of like it in the middle. So when I flip it up, I want it to be able to move. But I want 1.5 pounds to almost 2 pounds of pressure on that pan. So once I've got my pan level with filing down my this would be called a dog, but this is a dogless trap. We don't have a dog on this, just for the pan. On the back side of this pan, you have the night latch. And so I filed this night latch down to where I want it.
Okay.
Okay. So if your pan's level and your trap fires too quick, tighten your pan tension up just a little bit. And then that's going to make the trap fire a little slower.
Show them how to tighten that up.
So what you'll ultimately do is you take your socket set, take the wrench on that bolt there, on that nut, take your socket, and then just tighten it that way or back it up if it needs a little less. And that's all you got to do on the back of that pan. So I'll set it right quick. Just flips over, and this jaw right here. Take your pan and set it on the back side of that jaw, and it clicks into place. Yep. Okay, that night latch. All right, so I'm going to show you the last process of the boiling process. Here is we've got our wax that's melted, got our water boiling. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this Bridger number 2, and I'm going to toss it in the water, and I'm going to let it boil. It's not the only trap I'm boiling, but I'm going to let I do a dozen at a time. If you got a big pot, you can do them all at one time. I usually let 12 traps boil for 10 to 12 minutes, and I take them out. And then put them in my Tupperware box here. And then once we get that done, we're ready to go in the morning and set. So, good to go. Okay, so what I'm doing here, before I put any trap in the ground, I make sure all my pan tensions are exactly like I want them. I don't want to leave anything to chance, or when I get here in the morning, make excuses of why my stuff's not working. When I put something in the ground, there's no excuses for me. If I miss an animal, it's my fault. It's not my equipment's fault. So what I like to do is I have all my stuff at 1.5 pounds of pressure. So after the boiling process, you just want to make sure that wax makes your stuff a little slick. So I want to make sure all my pan tensions are exactly like I want them. So I'll take my pan tension checker, Sullivan's pan trap checker. Get this thing all about $10 off the internet. So I'm going to take this thing, push down on my pan. Okay, it's 1.5 pound pressure just like I want. Alright, so once I've done that, then I'm going to set my trap. Okay, clicks into place, it's night latched. Alright, now I'm going to do a dirt hole set. This is my basic trowel with a D handle on it. I love this handle because it just makes life a whole lot easier on the trap line throughout the day. You're doing a bunch of sets. So it's just your basic dirt hole with a little variation I like to do with it. Got a little back in here, just so the animal can't get from the back. So I'll take that.
And now you're digging where you're gonna set.
I'm digging my trap bed, and I'm digging my walls. And this is why I said this is a little variation dirt hole. It's a little different than a lot of people do it, but it's worked for me over the years, so. All right, I like a real deep hole. I like it like elbow deep. So I want to make him work for it. All right, so once I've done that, dig out this trap bed one more time.
Pushing, that's that super stake he's pushing down in there.
Yep. You can get a super stake driver from Minnesota Trap Line. That's all you need. All right. I'm gonna bed the trap. Biggest thing to me, 90% of it is making sure that trap is bedded solid as a rock. I don't care how good your set looks. I don't care what you do up to this point. If this trap rocks at all when he steps on it, you're not gonna catch that animal. Unless you just get real lucky and he steps right on the pan. So what you want is this animal to come out here and work this set until you catch him. So you want to make sure that trap is rock solid. Whatever my pants, the dirt and stuff can't get under there.
That's your wax paper there. And I noticed you've got that one piece flipped up.
That's right. So what's going to happen here is when I flip this jaw over, it's going to counter lever that other jaw. And it's going to be rock solid. No rock into that trap, okay? So a lot of trappers will bed their trap with the lever down. And I've learned to leave that loose jaw up while you're setting. Then flip it down when you're done bedding. And it counter levers the other jaw and it's rock solid. Okay? Now you see everything is done. Once you get your trap bed done, take your hand, go all around that pan. Okay, that trap's rock solid, so now he can work that set until he steps on that pan. Okay. What I'll do is I'll take a stick and stick it right here. That'll make it entice him right here to step there. Okay, just kind of guide him. Clean out the hole a little bit, and that baby's ready to go.
You're just taking a standard sifter there to work that
That's it.
soil over.
Yep, that's it.
And I've noticed also you've got that pan offset to the right.
Yep, to the right. And that's all she wrote for that one.
And that's your dirt. That's your dirt hole. That's your dirt hole set.
That's a dirt hole set.
All right, so now he's put a marker with some Red Fox P on the right side of this dirt hole. Now what are you throwing in there, Josh?
GH2.
GH2 on a Q-tip.
Fox Hollow GH2.
All right.
And then once that's done,
Take some deer neck.
Yep.
Just chunk it down that hole.
And that's it.
There, that's what it's gonna look to like. That's what it's gonna look like to the coyote, right there. So right now you're checking your tension again, paying tension check. Firing off at 2 pounds of pressure.
Okay.
All right, this is a trench set, right, Josh?
Yeah.
So now we're gonna show y'all a trench set.
It's one of my favorite sets for a canine.
Digging out your big hole first. Just digging that thing out deep, right?
Yep.
About 8 inches deep.
8 to 10 inches. Point of this is I want him to have to get down in the hole to get my bait. Alright. Once that's done, there's a lot of eye appeal to this.
Driving the super stake down in the ground.
Take your thumb and fill that hole up where you drove that chain down. That just prevent from water and stuff getting down there and washing that hole out. Alright. Once I've done that, I'm going to bed my trap.
I've noticed you're bedding that thing sideways and kind of offset right.
Yep. It goes in there how it goes in there. Doesn't matter which angle you put it at. Okay, like I said, my trap's already pretty solid right here. And to clean out from under my pan, you can use a paintbrush, you can use your fingers. So what I'm gonna do, take this wax paper.
And the wax paper is gonna, what's it gonna do?
It's gonna prevent dirt from getting on your pan.
There you go.
Or rocks or whatever.
It's gonna ensure a good clean fire.
Okay, find your pan. Flip the jaw over. Pack around. All right. Last thing I do is dig my hole. Like a deep hole, like I said. I want to make him work for it. I don't want to get a free meal. All right. You ready?
Just cover it back up.
That's it.
All right. And now you're gonna use your lure, Q-tip, a marker, some red fox, urine, and throw in your meat at the base of the hole. And Josh, tell the viewers a little bit about the marker with the red fox urine.
All right, just let them know that animal's been here, fox been here and peed. That's about all it's good for. You don't have to use it. But
Just a security.
that's it.
All right, so that's a trench set. And this is what it's gonna look like to the coyote.
This episode of Genesis Archer is brought to you by J.B. Clark Oil Company. Roach Farm and Garden, Covert Scouting Cameras, Plantation Properties and Land Investments, full service brokerage, recreational and hunting properties.
Time to trap.
Oh, somebody's hopping around. Somebody's hopping around. Got a gray?
Yep.
Let's take a peek at him.
That's one less turkey thieving, hen killing animal.
All right, so we had a Trent set here. We set yesterday, came back this morning, and we got a gray fox. So I'm gonna get him out of this trap and get him in the pen, and we're gonna reset this, and I'll show you how I reset it. All right, so we've caught the fox, we've got him in the pen. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna reset this trap. And you see all this is messed up here. What I like to do is just take a bunch of this dirt here and make me a mound behind my trap here. All right, I have my trap here, and so I'm gonna rebed my trap. Okay, and that's it. I'll put a piece of meat in there. You don't need to put any pea or anything along those lines because this animal's already been here all night. His scent's here, so we're just gonna put a piece of meat in here and we're done.
There it comes.
So what we got here? Got him.
Got him. That's gonna be a coyote there. Yep, that's a coyote, boy. Yep, 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 yep. Got him. Yum yodeler.
Got a yoke.
Yep.
It's the 7th trap we checked. And look what we got. I'll see our friend here that decided to
Give us a visit there. Got us Mr. Coyote. How about that?
All right, so what I did here, I caught a coyote this morning. I'm gonna remake this set, and I love remaking sets because all the scents here, usually you'll come out the next couple mornings and you'll catch another coyote here just coming to investigate. So I always reset. A lot of people pull their traps when they catch one. I always reset. So we'll get this done and move on down the line. What's up, everybody? We put in a dirt hole right here a couple days ago and come out and got us a nice cat. He's a smaller cat, but we'll go ahead and get this this trap reset, get him out. This trap reset. Ready to go.
Oh. Got a coon. Got a coon.
Oh, that's another one. Another turkey nest predator out. Big boar coon. Alright, this was a dirt hole set. Caught a coon. Gonna remake it, reset it, head to the next one. Alright, got another gray. Another gray out of the turkey predator world. All right, here's another one. Another gray. Dirt hole set. Take care of him. Get on to the next one. And that's that. Reset this. Head of the next trap. Only got 6 more traps to check. Got a miss last night there. Got a miss over here, but that's all right. It's just a part of trapping. We're gonna go back to the drawing board. Gonna put him in the box this week. Sometimes they're tricky. That's another gray fox.
Oh, we got a flipper Dan here.
Wearing out them gray foxes.
Oh well, he dug us out yesterday, reset the trap, bedded everything back, came back this morning, and either it's a different fox or the same one, we don't know, but got another gray fox.
Finishing up the trap line.
Man, that's some big
male there. Whoa, whoa. He'll bark at you.
That's one. Big coyote right there now. That's a big one. Then we got this one over here. Oh man. Here's your double. Double on coyotes.
All right, guys, what we have here, we got 2 coyotes. Showed you a couple days ago how to do a dirt hole and a trench set. I did a dirt hole over here. We actually caught a coon in that one yesterday morning. We reset it, had a trench set here, it didn't get touched. And you can see the results the next morning. We had got a double on coyotes. So we'll get these guys out of the trap and get them reset and get out of here and get them down the line.
All right, one of the last traps for today. We got a coyote.
All right, we're at one of the last traps today. We got 2 more actually. But we had a deer step in this one a couple of days ago and barking at me. But we had deer step in this one, reset it. Didn't have anything yesterday, came back this morning and we got us a coyote. So it's been a good morning.
Put the traps up, get ready to whack, start all over again.
All right, well, we showed y'all how we do things over the past few days. We've caught a lot of gray fox, bobcats, coyotes, and showed you how we do a lot of the stuff we do. What we haven't caught is a red fox. And anyway, we've been checking this morning, and what we have here around the corner is a red fox. I want to show you guys.
There he is.
Pretty red.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Josh, this was a flat set, and then you changed it to a dirt hole, right?
Changed it to a trench.
Changed it to a trench set.
That's a pretty one.
All right, that's a red fox.